Phase Hero, December 3rd, 2025. Welcome to the show. BD here, joined today by Jenna Anderson.
Hey, everybody.
We got Jamie Jirak.
Hi. When it's three of us, we're also smooshed.
Yeah, look at the tall vertical banner here. Aaron is out at an event in LA somewhere right now. So no Aaron tonight. So it's myself, Jenna, and Jamie here with you for the Phase Hero Hive on a Wednesday night. If you're listening live, watching live, it's December 3rd. We are releasing this on podcast platforms December 4th, and this is what's happening this week. I went to the Avatar premiere. First of all, we're going to talk about Avatar Fire and Ash in a completely spoiler-free way. The movie's still 3 weeks away, so we're definitely going to avoid spoilers. Jamie has a massive Leto episode this weekend. So, Jamie, you want to shout that out real quick to start the show?
Thank you so much. Yes, on Sunday, live on Leto at 1 Pacific time, Brett Dalton is going to be on the show. So if you're an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fan, you know, of course, he played Grant Ward, and it's a big episode for him. Like, this is the episode to have him on the show for. So I've been emailing him for a while, and he agreed to do this episode like 6 months ago because he knows it's the one. So I'm really hyped. You got to tune in.
That's that. Where can people watch? What's the easiest way to find it?
If you go on to our Instagram at LetoPod, all the links are there, but it's also, you know, YouTube is where I would watch live, and it's all at LetoPod, LITTOH pod.
I love it. That's awesome.
Loving the Time of Hydra is the full
Grant Ward. Jenna, you got a video. You just published it. You're about to publish it.
I literally just posted it while we had the countdown going for this episode. It's about a piece of news that we're going to talk about on today's episode. But I told myself, I was like, I'm editing another video today. I don't need to drop everything and make a video about this. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, no, I need to make a video about this. So you guys can go watch that as soon as you're done listening to this.
So I do think there was a mistake in the settings on the episode. I was wondering why there was no comments during the countdown. Well, it was a setting in the back end that I have now fixed. So I think if you refresh the tab, if you're watching live, if you want to participate in the conversation, there's almost 100 people with us already. So
yeah.
I know usually we have our yappy hive here, and I love them for it. But I think I muzzled everybody by accident on the YouTube channel. So if you hit refresh, the channel is no longer set for kids. This show ain't. This is Phase Hero After Dark.
I'm wondering. I was like, what's going on with the chat? Do people hate us all of a sudden?
I know. Where did everyone go?
Yeah, no, this is Phase Hero After Dark, everybody. Thank you. See, now they refreshed and they're back. We got Troy, we got Novi, we got Brandon Moore, we got Judon Foster, we got everybody. Uncle Marcus, all the regulars are here. Maybe some new faces. Who knows? But if you are here and you're going to stay here, a couple of things I want to share real quick about Phase Hero episodes that are coming up. Well, obviously, this weekly Wednesday night show is going to stay as it is and keep releasing on Thursday mornings. But there's a couple of big things coming on the interview front. First of all, this Monday, unless things change, all these are subject to change, but just reasons to subscribe and all that stuff on every platform and share it with your friends. This Monday, Sarah Sampio, who played Eve Tessmacher in Superman, is going to be on the channel. We did an interview a couple days ago, and she is awesome. Talked all about the DC Universe and her work as Eve Tessmacher. Then, shortly after that in mid-December, Maria Gabriela De Faria, who plays the engineer in Superman, also going to be on the channel. Then, Michael Rooker. I'm going down to Michael Rooker's restaurant. We are going to do an interview. We're going to talk about The Walking Dead, Guardians of the Galaxy. And, of course, that man is in 3 different DC Universe projects. Jamie, what you thinking about Michael Rooker?
Did you say his restaurant?
He opened another restaurant. He has a couple.
I didn't know that.
Well, I hope people do know that. Either way, they're going to soon.
Is it here?
It's in Atlanta, and I'm going to Atlanta to do an interview with Michael Rooker in his restaurant. We're going to talk about all the things he's done that we are all interested in, and that's going to be a fun one. Then I think this will publish after Michael Rooker. before Avatar, right around the time Avatar comes out, it'll be Stephen Lang and Una Chaplin, who are Quaritch and Varung in Avatar Fire and Ash. And then on December 21st, director debrief with James Cameron is releasing on the channels. It's full spoilers. And honestly, that conversation got way more personal and heavier than I thought it was going to.
Ooh.
And I'm really proud of how the conversation went. In fact, it went so well that I emailed. I was like, hey, can we do that again? Now, I don't know if we're going to do it again. Getting James Cameron on the channel at all once is a big deal, and that's amazing. So I can't wait to share that. I'll share my thoughts on Avatar, Fire and Ash towards the end of this. We have a lot of DC and Marvel stuff to talk about. But all that to say, thank you guys so much for subscribing to the podcast, to the channel, to everything that all of us are doing, because that's helping make those things possible, those interviews possible. And to be honest, the interviews are just how I'm able to make any money at all. So it's awesome. I love doing them. They're the most fun thing ever, to going and freaking talk to James Cameron and then share it, and all that is awesome. So thank you, everybody. And then we got a couple super chats we got to shout out. We got Kill Dreams Dead. Wait a second, you chat, that wasn't always your name. This is the Manatee Mailbox. That was not your username before Kill Dreams Dead. Thank you for the 5. AEW Continental Classic and Phase Hero. I love December. Manatee Mailbox for Jamie to start the show. Thank you for the 5. Kill Dreams Dead. Stop killing dreams dead. Keep the dreams alive. Brandon Moore, thank you for the $5.99. Shout out to everyone who has Phase Hero in their Spotify/YouTube Wrapped. First of all, I learned today that YouTube Wrapped is the thing at all.
It's a very new thing. They just launched it in a pilot program.
Wow. Okay. Well, now I know. I might have to look at my own YouTube Wrapped. I don't know. I'm scared to share it. God, you guys are going to learn a lot about me, how much I watch heavy spoilers. Me and Paul are in a one-sided relationship. Yeah.
I learned that I just don't listen to a lot of music. Like my minutes on because I use Apple. I don't use Spotify. Once Joni Mitchell loves Spotify, I said I have no use for Spotify anymore. And Apple Music, though, I'm like, I don't listen to a lot. I have an embarrassing number of minutes.
Oh, I had only like 15,000 minutes on the whole year so far.
Yeah, I think mine was significantly less than that. Pretty bad.
Jamie doesn't listen to music. She doesn't listen to podcasts. You just watch things. You don't really listen to things. I just watch things. It's true. Although I will say, gotta say, been listening to Amy Poehler's podcast. Really like it. It's now my one and only podcast that I listen to.
There you go. We got one more super chat, then we're going to get to the news here. And if there are more super chats, we'll appreciate it. But we are going to start talking about some big DC news that just came out earlier today. Dancing Dog 60 with a $5 there. Thank you, Dancing Dog 60. Love you guys after dark. Looking forward to the Supergirl trailer about to drop, I believe, next week. Enjoying a coffee while I watch. Darkness rules. You're having a coffee. Where are you? It's 7:15 where I am, and I got to go. They're on Jamie time. I'm drinking caffeinated tea right now, so here's to it. I plan to watch Malcolm X after this, and that's like a 3.5-hour movie. So. Wow. There needs to be a Jamie Jirak coffee line. That's what you need to invent. Can it be tea? Or matcha? Yeah, matcha. Matcha. I support it. When we wrap this up, I gotta go to the airport. I'm actually flying home overnight. I was supposed to go home earlier. I had some things in LA today that got moved around, and so now I'm flying overnight after this. So it's fun to get my energy out and hopefully sleep on the plane. Definitely no coffee in my immediate future. But all right, here we go. DC. This is probably one of the most unexpected The Batman Part 2 updates we've had in a very long time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Scarlett Johansson is in, quote, final negotiations to join this movie? What? This was initially reported by Nexus Point News, but then it was confirmed by the trades. And her role's unclear. Could it be a villain? Could it be a love interest? I know Jenna has some theories. So this is what is in the video that I was just teasing that I just posted right before we went live. I kind of break down some of the theories more in detail. But a couple that immediately went to my mind is Vicky Vale, who, if you've seen Batman 89, you know her very well. And I feel like that's a character that I could see Matt Reeves modernizing really well. And I feel like it'd be fun to see her in kind of the journalist Lois Lane-esque type. I've also seen a lot of people say Phantasm, which if you know the animated lore and you know kind of the reveal of who Phantasm really is in that movie, I think that's also people kind of just like drawing conclusions of like, it's a redheaded lady who can kick people really well, which is kind of Natasha Romanoff in a different font. I also want to throw out Silver St. Cloud because she is another love interest of Bruce's. She
is extremely cool. She's like this socialite, and I've wanted her in these movies. I feel like if we're going to lean into the Bruce Wayne persona, I think she'd be a fun way to do that and kind of like get him out of his comfort zone. And why not have ScarJo be that person? I think that'd be very unexpected, but I love that we're in this territory of like, here's a random casting news that nobody could have predicted.
I think it's awesome to hear this casting news because I'm a ScarJo fan, but also at the same time, I think the reports are also saying that Zoe Kravitz is not coming back for the Batman Part 2. And I don't know if that is just not coming back, like ever, or just for the Batman Part 2. But I think that kind of is a tough one to take because I think she's great in that part.
I always have
off into the sorry, didn't she ride off into like
she did.
sunset?
So she could be doing whatever and come back whenever, and it won't really affect the story necessarily. But I thought for sure Zoe Kravitz would be bringing Selena Kyle back in the Batman 2.
I think we will see her at some point before this trilogy completes itself. I think she could still be in part 2 in like a supporting capacity, but she might not be like the female lead of the movie the way that she was in part 1. I've like literally, like Jamie said, since she rode off into the sunset, I've been like, maybe they're going to do a spinoff with her. Maybe they're just going to like have her leave Gotham for a little bit. And then Bruce gets up to a bunch of mess while she's gone. And then she has to come back and kind of help him fix it.
Yeah, that's I saw a lot of people thinking ScarJo could play a villain. And if you put, I don't see. Here's the thing: another person who's not in the movie, but if at some point you have Scarlett Johansson playing like a charismatic villain, going toe to toe with Sofia Gigante, I will crumble. That'll be it for me, guys. That's it for me.
That's my vote. I would much prefer a villain, something as different from Nat as we can get, because I do feel like with the giant pool of actors, it's like we're just like ping ponging from Marvel and DC, like the same pool of people sometimes. And so if you're going to do both, they better be really different. And but I'm a fan of her as well, though. So I'm like, bring it on.
The thing that shocked me the most about this is like that she wants to come and play ball in this space, like that she wants to join this movie. I think it's a testament to what Matt Reeves is building, what the Penguin was as a show, that like these actors who have been associated with superhero roles for over a decade are still like, I want to go play in the quote unquote superhero space, but in a completely different way.
Yeah, I think she's just her acting and her just how she comes off in a lot of roles as a hero. She has this sort of almost like a cocky charisma to her in a lot of ways, and that would make for a really great Gotham villain in a lot of ways. I think it's open. I like what Jamie said about if you're going to do both, make sure they're opposites. If you can, make sure they're as far from each other. And I like the Scarlett Johansson playing a comic book villain in a grounded Matt Reeves Batman story. I think that could be really cool. I could see her as a bit of a gangster herself too. So I like this news. Shout out to Nexus Point News for I think they got this a while ago and then it was confirmed. And Nexus Point News also DC Film News, who's in the comment section. You should be following DC Film News because if you're a DC fan, DC Film News is on all of it. Sometimes it's a little spoilery. It could be a little. Sometimes be careful. You never know. But I think they do a really good job of sharing stuff, and they're definitely a friend of the show. And Zoe Kravitz not being there will break my heart, but win some, lose some. There's been more Batman updates though.
Yeah, so I was sitting here putting this rundown together this morning thinking this was going to be the biggest the Batman news that we would talk about. And then ScarJo was like, here, hold my beer. So Eric Messerschmidt is confirmed to be the cinematographer for part 2. I know people are like, why all this fuss over a cinematographer? But he's replacing Greg Fraser, who did Dune and The Creator and is really beloved for his work on this movie. Like people kind of were fighting over, would he get to film this movie? Would he get to film Dune 3? Like they wanted him in both at the same time, but practically want to clone him so he can do double the amount of work. But Eric Messerschmidt has worked with David Fincher on Mindhunter, Mank, The Killer, and the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood sequel that keeps Jamie awake at night because she's so stressed about it. This is not Eric's first superhero project. He worked on episodes of Legion, and he was also a gaffer on Ant-Man and Fan4stick. And this was reported on a little bit here and there, and then Matt Reeves confirmed it on Twitter the way he usually does by tweeting a GIF. And so he tweeted it earlier this week, basically being like, yep, this is true. He's the cinematographer of the movie.
It's worth noting that he won an Oscar for Mank. So he has an Oscar for Best Cinematography, which is promising. But also, the Oscars love that black and white shit. So, like...
I've only seen... Mindhunter's the TV show, right?
Yeah.
I've not seen the whole thing, but I've seen episodes of Mindhunter, and I've seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and that's the one that makes me go, oh, that's why Matt Reeves picks this guy. because of the way he shot movies like that. Now, I don't think Gotham is going to look similar to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but it's just capturing the rawness of a situation, and the way he filmed that is the one that makes me, okay, I can see that work translating really well to this pocket of the DC universe that Reeves has built out. Greg Fraser, though, that's Greg Fraser's work, who was in place for this. That's one of my all-time favorite cinematographers. As far as having a cinematographer favorite goes, his work is phenomenal in and out of, Batman. And that's a tough one to replace, but I think somebody who did those other titles is a safe pick.
I do need to clarify. He hasn't done Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He did the sequel that David Fincher is doing that it has been filming lately. Yeah.
Okay, well then I take it back. I guess I'm not super familiar with his work.
Which is fair.
Clarifying. But yeah, no, Greg Fraser, I mean, his work on Dune, come on, like you're not, and he's done a bunch of it. The Creator is such a gorgeous movie with Gareth Edwards. Yeah, but hey, I don't think Matt Reeves is going to hire somebody who's not going to capture Gotham the way he wants it captured.
And also, the first movie is so Fincher-inspired kind of in a way. Like, it felt like Seven. It kind of had that sort of vibe to it. So it's like, yeah, why not bring the guy who literally has worked with David Fincher a bunch?
Yeah. Well, there are more updates in the DC universe outside of the Batman, the Elseworlds of it. There are some actual DC universe proper updates. James Gunn debunked a rumor that Steve Trevor is being cast for Man of Tomorrow. I don't know where that rumor started. I don't know.
It was kind of a Mr. Bebop Boop situation. Like it just kind of emerged out of nowhere. People took it and ran with it. People have been theorizing about this movie, obviously, like crazy. Like a week or two ago, there was the rumor that like, oh, Wonder Woman is in the movie. Like everyone is just kind of trying to cling onto grasping at straws. Steve Trevor, even though people obviously know him from the time travel like period piece aspect of Wonder Woman, there is a precedent for him kind of being in the modern day and having a military role. So people were like, oh, is he in this movie as like, Flag Senior's lackey or something like that? But now we know that's not the case.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I love James Gunn and I like how James Gunn and Matt Reeves are both just going out there and confirming and denying. Well, Matt Reeves doesn't really deny things, but he sends his little gifts. He has his little ways on social media. And James will always come out there and shut something down if he needs to. Saw a comment in here going back to ScarJo, which I think is like the story of the week. What was it? Maybe Scarlett is playing Beaumont, but unfortunately, if WBD is purchased by Paramount, Superman will be the last DC film I'll ever watch. Well, if WBD is purchased by Paramount, it's going to take a very long time, first of all. And if there's a Phantasm role in her future, we'll see. But I thought that comment said something else, but yeah, no, I don't think that sale is going to affect Man of Tomorrow, but I think DC Universe beyond that, who knows? Supergirl has a booth at CCXP, and there is a look at the Supergirl costume. Boom! Look at that thing. That's cool, huh? That's pretty cool. CCXP, for those who are unfamiliar, is a massive, massive Comic-Con in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Supergirl was promised to be there, and as you can see in this photo from the DC Film News account on Twitter, it is there. That's the Supergirl suit. And
they also revealed the logo at the booth, which is just basically the Superman logo, but it says Supergirl. Like there's not a lot really different about it. I want to go to this booth so badly though. Like it supposedly looks like the alien bar from the comics, and I love that that's kind of the theming that they're going with it.
It literally is the same logo.
Yeah.
It just says Supergirl across it. That's crazy.
I'm sure like the actual title treatment will be different. I'm sure in the posters and like the actual title card, it's going to look different. It's just disembodied on a booth like that. It does look kind of funny that it is the same exact logo. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I guess, yeah. I mean, Superman, I'm of the belief Superman was a big success, so you should build on that.
Yeah.
So I think literally using the same logo because, I guess they would have, the same logo. There it is. Yeah. Well, what do you got? Okay, so now that you've fully seen the suit, though, like these images of the suit that are coming out, how are we feeling?
I love it.
Knee-high boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it looks good. We saw it in Superman, though, so it's not that.
It did, like, from Superman to the poster that they released a few weeks after Superman came out to now, like, you can see kind of an evolution. They changed, like, the texture of the skirt and the belt and stuff like that. And I think it's kind of marrying what we saw at the end of Superman and also what is in the Woman of Tomorrow comic. And so I think they landed on it really well.
All right, so if we're placing bets, let's do it. Let's do yay, nay. Here we go. Is Supergirl actually coming for a trailer with Avatar: Fire and Ash? I say yay. I think it's one I've been predicting for a while.
Yay.
I think yay.
Because it releases in June.
Yeah.
Movie. Oh yeah, 6 months.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a trailer. It would just make sense to have a trailer in December. If the Doomsday trailer is coming and it's a year out, which is I guess the old standard for Avengers movies.
There are so many. Go ahead, Jamie.
I was gonna say Avatar is a safe bet. Like you want if you're gonna I might be the only person in the world who's like I'm not gonna go see it. So like you know what I mean. Are
you not gonna go?
No,
wait.
I didn't see the last one.
Avatar.
I didn't like the first one, and I think it's crazy that it's the top grossing film because like I get it, but I think the top grossing film should be like a masterpiece, and I think like Titanic was a masterpiece, and then I think that it was lame that Avengers Endgame beat it, and then they were like let's re-release it, and now it's the top one again. I thought that was kind of lame, but all that aside, like I just didn't really like it, and so I decided to free myself, and I didn't see the second one, and now I have a tradition. Tony goes to see the new Avatar, and I sit at home and watch Titanic, and it's a beautiful, lovely time for myself.
No, that's not bad. That's not bad.
I understand the appeal 100%. Like I don't think it's shitty or anything. I don't think it's bad. It's just It's just not for me.
I'll share my thoughts on Avatar towards the end here, and I feel like you're going to be like, "Yep, that sounds about right."
Yeah.
See, what I was going to say on the trailer front, to Jamie's point, is like if you are going to put your trailer in front of a movie, it might as well be Avatar, because like that is going to be what everyone is going to see, and especially the people who only go to the theater maybe a handful of times a year, like they're going to be there for Avatar. Like there are rumors we're getting a new Odyssey trailer. There are rumors we're getting a trailer for Spielberg's new movie that comes out next year. Like I feel like we're going to get a lot in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I think I had put out a tweet about the trailers I expect with Avatar, not based on like knowing. I'm not telling people, hey, I have information. These trailers are coming. So disclaimer. But the list, mine was Avengers Doomsday, Supergirl, The Odyssey. I really won't be surprised if we get a Spider-Man trailer because that would be about 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, where are you going to release it in January, February? If you're going to attach it to a movie, maybe you wait for the Super Bowl. But even then, that's really close to a movie that big. But No Way Home didn't have a huge runway up to I don't know.
I feel like Super Bowl and then the Mario movie, if you like do the 1-2 punch of that and kind of like get the kids to be like, hell yeah, it's Spider-Man. Like I think that might be a safe bet.
I think Pixar is going to throw hoppers out there. You know, Disney's going to keep that synergy going. I think we'll get hoppers with Avatar. I think there's probably like 3 or 4 more, and maybe 1 or 2 that I said don't happen. But all right, here we go. $4.99. What's up, Myeth? 4425. Thank you. I fully plan on buying a ticket to Avatar just to watch the trailers and then leave after. Hey, to each their own. I'll say that Odyssey trailer in IMAX is going to be a moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a moment. Thank you for the $4.99, my friend. Jamie, are you going to do that? You're going to go buy a ticket to Avatar, just watch trailers on the big screen?
No, I'm not doing that. I go to the movies all the time. I'll see it elsewhere. I got tickets to see One Battle After Another in 70mm IMAX in a couple weeks. Maybe it probably won't be there because it'll be too early. But I'll see it. I'm not worried about it.
All right, we're about to switch over to Marvel. We got one more super chat here before we get into Marvel stuff. And if you drop a super chat, we'll read it after the next topic. Kill Dreams Dead again. Hey, we need that name switched back. You got to keep the dreams alive, my friend. Thank you for the 10. Thank you for wearing that shirt, Jamie. As a POC immigrant, seeing the support means a lot. Avatar movies are pretty terrible and look like what a comment with like a wow.
The whiplash is something else.
That was, love you out there.
Goodness great. Hey, thank you. And what's the shirt?
Oh, it says all my homies hate fascists.
GI Robot, where you at?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, great shirt. Thank you for the 10. Kill Dreams Dead. We're going to switch over to the MCU on that note. And this is actually, I have thoughts on this one. Samuel, I'm going to pull the screen up. There was an event, I believe this was in Italy, where they showed Doomsday stuff, but it really wasn't anything they really showed. They really just showed pictures of actors, and they're not even pictures of actors in characters. They're just professional headshots that you'd probably find in a press blast or on IMDb. Yeah. Hold on, Jamie already has thoughts.
I was like, Do they have a chair? Yep, all the chairs, but not in the same order.
Yeah.
Which really messed with my head.
Well,
It was not in the chair order.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I was like, wait, hold on, let me see if these people had a chair where they. I thought of it where they announced, but you know, the chairs live rent free for Jamie.
I still stand by the fact that Jamie like lays in bed like Arya Stark and just recites the chairs in order.
Vanessa Kirby.
So, but the story here that everybody's taking, if you look at these, you have the Fantastic Four, obviously. Okay, you have the 4 of them. Then you go over, and this is the interesting. No, this is not the interesting one yet. This is the new Avengers, right? You have Sebastian Stan, Florence Pugh, Louis Pullman, Hannah John Kamen, Wyatt Russell, David Arbor. So that's Bucky, Yelena, Sentry, Ghost, John Walker, and Red Guardian. Then you have the X-Men. You have Patrick Stewart, Rebecca Romijn, Channing Tatum, James Marsden, Alan Cumming, Kelsey Grammer, Ian McKellen. So you got Professor X, you got Mystique, Gambit, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Beast, you know, Jamie's favorite there, and Magneto. But this is the one where it gets interesting. This is one that has everybody talking and made a bunch of headlines. So this is Sam Wilson's Avengers, right? You have Chris Hemsworth's Thor, Paul Rudd's Ant-Man, Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson, Danny Ramirez is Joaquin Torres, a.k.a. Falcon, Simu Liu is Shang-Chi, and then they have Tom Hiddleston's Loki on here. I personally don't think this is an indication that Loki is on this team at all. That is not what I think. Is what every headline says, all the way to Forbes. I don't think that's what happened here at all.
I think they needed to put Tom Hiddleston somewhere, and this is the group it makes the most sense with. We've got OG Avengers on here. This is the people he's interacted with before. It wouldn't have made sense to put him anywhere else. That being said, it would be really fun if he joined an Avengers team. I wouldn't be mad about it, but I feel like he's going to be off in a corner doing his own business up in here. So I don't know.
I've been so worried that he's just going to be in the opening of the movie, kind of like how we did with Infinity War. And it's just like Doom is just going to go to the world tree and just kill him. And we're just going to have history repeat itself. So like if he's in this roster, maybe that guarantees that he's in the movie a little bit longer. So I wouldn't be mad about it. But like you said, I think they just needed a bucket to proverbially put him in.
There could be a version of this where they sort of assemble because Loki tells them they need to. You know, something like that. But I really just think that, obviously, I think Loki's going to interact with a lot of these characters. I think he's also going to interact with other characters. Hopefully. I love Loki. I'm curious how that's all going to go. But like you guys said, I think this is just where you put him. You can't put him on the screen with the original X-Men actors. You can't put him on the screen with the Thunderbolts gang that has never shown up in the rest of the other Infinity Saga movies like most of these cast members have. So, yeah.
I'm just excited for I just want a Thor and Loki reunion, and the idea that he's gonna be mad, like, you lied again, but we know that's not the truth. Like, that's not what happened.
I just wonder why they couldn't put Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston's picture together, and they had to put Paul Rudd between them. Just put Thor and Loki together, you bastards.
Yeah, I want to know the logic between like who got which photo and where they were placed with each other. Like the chat is having a field day with Mackie's photo while we're all talking about all of this.
The cheek one on Mackie looks crazy.
It does look, and like Paul Rudd, we've obviously seen that Paul Rudd headshot like a million times, but like the saturation on this particular photo is not really helping it. My thing with Thor now being confirmed to be on the team is really interesting to me because my theory for a while has been that they're going to call themselves the Mighty Avengers, and like maybe Thor is going to have that name of like in inspiration of Jane, because you know he thinks that Jane is dead, she's just in Valhalla, but he doesn't know that, and who knows if we'll ever get followed up on that. But like in inspiration of her calling herself Mighty Thor, let's call ourselves the Mighty Avengers.
I like that. I can see it because it also just gives it a separation from the new Avengers who are calling themselves that.
And if they're still having a legal battle, then like I feel like they would add another name to the front of the Avengers too. Yeah,
I could see it. And then it puts a little bit of a fun little power struggle if they want to between Thor and Sam, where they can kind of wrestle with, you know, I'm the leader, but I'm the powerful one. Okay, you know, something like that. The same way Star-Lord and Thor had that sort of dynamic real quick at the end of Endgame and beginning of Love and Thunder. Well, yeah, that's pretty. Do you think any of the good guys from these Avengers movies are going to end up, whether intentionally, forcibly, or accidentally, on Team Doom? Because Loki had Hawkeye on his team the whole first Avengers movie. You know, Ultron had Wanda and Quicksilver. Thanos didn't really have anybody helping him out except his little minions. But You never know. I'd be interested to see. Maybe Sue is forced into like a Team Doom sort of situation in a sense, or tricked into a Team Doom situation. That's the one who I think obviously is the only one I could draw any conclusion to based on comics history and what we've seen so far. She's the only one who's met him that we've seen. But
I would also say Loki. Like, even though we literally just talked about him maybe being on this team, I feel like there's enough precedent for like the villain-y characters to kind of partner up. Like, yes, this Loki is reformed. Yes, he's kind of in a different mindset, but like there might still be something that convinces him to briefly help Doom.
It feels like we're gonna lead towards some kind of Avengers versus X-Men situation. So I don't know. Maybe the X-Men are like,
I'm begging.
You want to kill our universe? We're gonna go help this guy. I don't know.
Yeah, that we need to. Well, we have the chairs documenting it, but we need to, when this movie comes out, do a here's everyone they didn't announce. How many total? How many did we not know about back on December 3rd, 2025? I'm sure some more will be announced. We have a super chat here from CC Black 1987 that said Forbes confirmed 2 other actors for Doomsday. Thank you for the 199, CC Black. But I don't know what is that?
That's the next story that we were just about to talk about.
Who do we got? Oh, Deadpool and Wolverine are both in Doomsday and Secret Wars, says Forbes. That's our next one on the rundown here. Well, if it's coming from Forbes, usually pretty reliable.
You know how I feel about Forbes.
This just makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I also thought maybe they'd be saved for Secret Wars, though.
I still think, if anything, it is like a post-credit scene or an ending thing in Doomsday, and then they really, really are a pivotal part of Secret Wars. I also think, to Jamie's point, like, yes, the opinion-based stuff on Forbes is one thing, but like with information and reporting like this, I believe them for the time being. But also, this changes every single week. We've talked about Ryan Reynolds reportedly being in Doomsday like 5 times, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more about like Forbes, go do your business and your math reporting. That's what you do. We do this. You talk about numbers and finances, okay? I don't know when they start doing that stuff, but I don't like it.
Even then, sometimes when they talk about numbers, they're not always right. Because like James Gunn debunked earlier that the budget for Supergirl is not $200 million, which they had reported on earlier this week. So like you said, I don't know.
I think it'll be like a quick visit to that universe, if anything.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe like I can see it being in the movie and a moment where Deadpool and Wolverine are like hanging out, and for some reason a character goes to that universe and leaves, but they're made aware of it, and we're, as an audience, now knowing that the 616 knows about what was the number of the universe in Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't remember off the top of my head.
That's a good question.
It was a long way. It was like it was 1-5. I don't remember. Somebody in the comment section, if you remember that poll, I'm actually disappointed in myself. That's the kind of thing I usually remember, a little Easter egg that I like to hold on to, but I don't remember the Earth that Deadpool and Wolverine took place on. But I could see them visiting that Earth very quickly. And then
apparently it was 10005.
10005. Yeah, that sounds right. And I can see them going to Earth 10005. And just leaving, like finding Deadpool to be annoying or something, or they're looking for something and they go there real quick, and then they're this is not what we're looking for. And
see, my question is, like, I know Deadpool and Wolverine was a little more fast and loose with it, but like, are they still in the same universe as the 2000s X-Men? Like, obviously that timeline is so messed up at this point, we have really no way of knowing. But like, are we supposed to believe that they and Patrick Stewart and Channing Tatum's Gambit are all just like on the same universe, or now they're 2 separate universes?
I thought that has to be a separate universe from the X-Men. Like, this Wolverine that we saw in Deadpool and Wolverine is not a continuation of the Wolverine we saw in the 2000 X-Men and X2 and X3.
Obviously, but then he got brought to Deadpool's universe.
Yeah, I don't think Deadpool's in that timeline either.
Okay.
Unless Days of Future Past really reset some shit.
Yeah.
Well, and there's the Logan of it all. When did they all die? You know?
But that's the thing, because I assumed X-Men Days of Future Past led to Logan.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe they all survive Doomsday, and then Logan still takes place after that, and then Deadpool goes back in time to the grave anyway. No, I've gone cross-eyed.
I feel like I'm confident it'll be explained to us.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they explained Wolverine really well in Deadpool and Wolverine. I think that it's going to be clear. Like, we saw Beast at the end of the Marvels, you know. I think they're all going to be hanging out with wherever Monica is right now.
Oh yeah, that's true. So you think Deadpool and Wolverine are in the Marvel's post-credit scene universe?
No, I'm sorry. No. I think all the other X-Men are, and I think that Deadpool and Wolverine are in their own universe from the movie, and then all the other X-Men are hanging out where Beast is.
Okay.
Interesting. All right. Well, we'll see. Okay, so let's yay or nay this story. Do we think, or is it a work or is it a shoot? Work means it's fake. A shoot means it's real. On 3 workers. Well, I guess we'll go down the line.
Wait, what is it?
Yeah, can we do yay or nay? I like that better.
What are these?
I like this. This was Aaron's idea, and because I'm a wrestling fan, work means it's a work. We're getting worked. It's fake. A shoot means, oh no, that's real. So,
Jamie does not like this.
You can understand that.
Work is nay. Shoot is yay.
Yeah, like if it's a work, it's fake. It's you're getting work.
For the record, work sounds like yes, it's going to work, but I understand the assumption.
Well, let me shoot you straight. That's like real.
Sure.
All right. I think this is a shoot.
I think this is technically a shoot, but we will not know the full logistics of it until we actually see the movie.
Yeah.
I agree with Jenna. Shoot with an asterisk.
Shoot with an asterisk.
I like yay or nay.
Well, see, yay or nay. Well, yay. I feel like you could put work or shoot on a T-shirt, though.
Okay, I just want to say for a second time, work still to me sounds like a yes.
Zachary disagrees with me.
Confused.
As I said it. Wait, where to go? Hold on. We got a super chat. Fauna 499. Thank you so much.
You're ignoring the super chats that don't like the work or shoot.
No. X-Men will open a door to Deadpool and Wolverine, and they will shut the door as a callback. That would be a cool
see that.
callback to the first Deadpool movie. That would be funny. Man, people don't like work or shoot. Come on, some people like it. Look, I only seek positive comments, guys. We're on the positivity team here on Face Hero. We only embrace positivity. No. But Zachary has the right logic here. Need work or shoot Face Hero T-shirt. See if Zachary gets it. Oh, there's a cat. All right. What else we got? I think we are on to Valkyrie.
Oh my goodness. Tessa Thompson spoke to Entertainment Weekly and was asked about returning as Valkyrie, and she said, call Kevin Feige. I really like playing the character, and I like her. There's tons of things I love about Valkyrie, but it's about Valkyrie in relation to who? Yeah, makes sense. I feel like I would be surprised if we didn't see her again. I'm still mad that her cameo in the Marvels wasn't a surprise, but what can you do? We don't know about any single person except for Kelsey Grammer, who was in that movie, if we're going to see them again. So I feel like she's going to be in that second wave, maybe. Or we're working with 20 announced men and 5 announced women. I just need confirmation that more women are going to be in this movie, please.
I think we'll see her maybe at some point in Secret Wars, but I agree with you. Like it's overdue. It's like, yes, we had her in Marvel Zombies. Like, yes, we had her in the Marvels for like 90 seconds, but like I want another appearance from her, like a full-fledged appearance beyond just Love and Thunder. Like I feel like there's so much more to do with the character that we haven't gotten to do yet.
I like Tessa Thompson and I like Valkyrie. I have to bring her back.
Shout out, everyone should watch Hedda, the Hedda Gabler, Nia DaCosta's new movies, another collab with her and Tess Thompson. It's one of my favorite movies of the year so far. It's on, I believe, Amazon. Check it out.
So pivoting to other Marvel characters who aren't happening, seemingly based on this one quote. So Mia Goth, who was cast in one of the iterations of Blade, and it is unclear at this point whether she is currently cast, but based on this quote that she gave to Happy, Sad, Confused with Josh Horowitz, it sounds like she's not. She said that she did a costume and wig fitting for the movie, and she said, quote, "We did a chemistry test. I was very excited in the direction that it was going, and then it just unraveled from there, unfortunately."
I'm never getting this movie.
No.
I mean, we're not getting it for at least 3 years.
No.
There's no version of this where Blade comes up for Secret Wars.
No. It would have to have like started something already. Like we would have to know about it.
100%. And it just, why would you take a character like Blade and squeeze him into a time like the time between Doomsday and Secret Wars, and rush to do so nonetheless? I think, yeah. That's such a bummer.
I'm also like, Mia Goth has now since then worked with Guillermo del Toro. She has now worked with Christopher Nolan on The Odyssey. Like, I do not blame her if she ultimately doesn't come back to this movie once this movie actually starts rolling. Like if they go with someone else for Lilith, she was supposed to be playing, I would not blame her for like moving on.
Yeah, we ain't never getting this damn movie. I think Aaron would have something calming to say here, but Aaron's not here, so I just got to get everybody riled up. And I do negativity when it comes to movies that aren't happening, but when it comes to work or shoot, only positivity. All right. Well, we did get slight little tiny little itty bitty pieces about Spider-Man Noir. We got a screen share for this one. So this is the poster for Spider-Man Noir. It was shared. It's at CCXP. Amazon usually goes big at CCXP, so we should have predicted this would be coming. As you can see, Spider-Man Noir.
Technically Spider-Noir, which is the title they're going with, which is still baffling to me, but okay.
Hey, let's say I gotta fix our lower 30. Watch this because
it says Nick Cage is Spider. I wonder if that's just like a character poster. Or are they calling it Spider-Noir?
Personally,
yeah,
I think it's you can't use the word Spider-Man. Probably it's probably like Hulk. You know, like
I agree.
Marvel can put Hulk in a movie, but they can't put Hulk in a title.
Fine, just help them not make you'll just make less money. Okay, don't put Spider-Man in the title.
Yeah, if you're Sony, you're like we're making all the money because we have the rights, but you can license the character and use it in a little less good way when it comes to a title. I don't know. I have no idea if that's the case, but so yeah, you see Ben Reilly, private investigator in his. Is this a painting or is this like a look through blurry glass on a door of his?
Yeah, it looks like blurry glass. Noir. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Noir business.
And there is a spider hanging from a web over the door. Oh yeah, there's a little door handle under behind the E of omelet right here. Amazon Prime, and I don't know what this says in Portuguese.
I don't know why I looked closer. I don't read that.
Hey, 140 people watching live right now. One of you has to speak Portuguese. What does this say? Drop a comment and we will just take you at your word. We'll believe you speak Portuguese and you're honest. And you wanted everyone to know what that said at the bottom of the poster. So I don't know what this means for Spider-Noir at CCXP. Whether or not like that means there's a trailer or something more coming. I
think supposedly they have a booth there where you could like take a little photo op that is like noir themed or something like that.
Okay, that's cool. That's usually like I don't think Supergirl's showing anything at CCXP. I think they just have a booth. So I think there's a chance that it's the same thing here. And I mean, look at this booth though. This booth looks sick. They got the whole setup. That is the whole door right there. Yeah, man, cool. CCXP gets sick booths. Oh, look, they got hold on, let's zoom. They got a Daily Bugle. They got newspapers. Any clues in real time here.
A guy working the booth disassociating.
Yeah, it's all in Portuguese. The one day I don't speak Portuguese. What's this? Who's this? Oh, maybe this is the photo op. You get yourself printed on the Daily Bugle. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Junior in the comments, it says available in black and white and in color. I wonder if that means the show or in general or the photo ops.
I feel like we maybe talked about this before. I think it might also be available in color. I think that was something that was reported when the show started getting off the ground, which I know Jamie will agree with me when I say like that's just kind of crazy. Like let people fully immerse themselves in the noir. Like let them watch it in black and white.
Yeah, come on. You can't. That's the vibe. Dude, like that's crazy. Watch it black and white.
What would Robert Rodriguez do?
Good point.
All right.
He would put it in black and white and then colorize random parts. Is what he would do.
Let's not rule anything out.
I love Sin City. No shade to Sin City. I love that movie.
So is that all of it on the Marvel front today?
I believe so.
Well, I guess I have to talk about Avatar then, Jamie.
You sound so excited to do that.
Yay.
I mean,
can we talk about you? Because I know you were like you had a very intimate, emotional conversation with James Cameron. You also opened a Pokemon card pack in front of James Cameron at the premiere, which is a sentence no other human being has ever thought of before you did it, and that was delightful to watch.
So I've fallen into the hole that is Pokemon cards again, because that's what grown men do, apparently. I love seeing the comment on Instagram, grown-ass man, by the way. No, it hasn't happened to me. It probably has happened to me. But it's just people enjoying themselves and let it, and people just try to be negative about it. But yeah, no, in this case, this is grown-ass man collecting Pokemon cards again. And they're not easy to find or cheap. And it's killing me because I'm limiting myself because they're not, again, cheap. But I'm deep in that hole. So my Instagram Reels tab is pretty much all people opening Pokemon cards now. My TikTok feed is all people opening Pokemon cards now. And I had to re-educate myself in Pokemon. So I was like, I can't be out here opening cards. I don't really know who these Pokemon are yet. I just know I want to collect them all. So I was like, I'm going to give this a shot. I brought some Pokemon packs to the Avatar Fire and Ash premiere. And the card you always want is Charizard. So I was like, if anything's going to manifest a Charizard, it's Fire and Ash. I opened a pack in front of James Cameron thinking, this would be a funny little moment. It's harmless. Maybe I'll get a good rip here. Dog shit pulls. Nothing. Nothing. $15 pack worth 15 cents. Maybe because it was open in front of Cameron, it's worth more, but I got nothing out of that except a foil Beedrill that I already had.
I recently sold one of my childhood cards for $150.
Wow.
For one card. That was pretty exciting.
Wow.
My dad gave me. I collected them as a kid, and my dad gave me my collection, and I gave the whole collection to my friend John, and he said, "I'll take care of it. One of them is worth something," and that was sadly it.
Wow. Yeah. I wish I had my Pokemon cards. I probably wouldn't have student debt, but who knows what happened to those things.
No, you think, because I have a lot of them, and sadly, from the OG, I got them when I was in the 4th grade. I had
like 2 of the original Charizard. And when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Charizard. I found it ripped out of packs. And I don't even know how. I think my mom just gave them away.
Mom! Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
Yeah, that I hate saying it. It was rough. I had a lot. I was a huge Pokemon kid. And now it's bad. They're like literally, I'm in LA and I got packs today. So
I bought a pack for my friend in Japan in April, and it's been sitting in my room for months because it's for a friend. And I'm like, what if I have who knows what could be in there? But it's not mine. I can't open it. It's a gift.
Yeah. Well, I did bring extra packs, and I opened them with Juju, Straw Hat Goofy, the TikTok movie guy, like Dimitri, the DJ, and we had some really good rips on those, but we weren't filming it. And then they were like, "Well, I don't collect Pokemon cards. Do you?" I was like, well, yeah, I want them back then. And he was like, no, I don't want these at all. We pulled a full art Charmeleon. It was great. Anyway, Avatar Fire and Ash, we got one quick super chat to get to before the Avatar Fire and Ash. Thoughts? CZ Black 499. Thank you so much, my friend. Doomsday first trailer on 12/11 with 2 connecting trailers coming back-to-back weeks per Chris Gore. He was the first for the chair announcements. BD? I saw Collider said the 18th or 19th, I think they said. 11th seems maybe a little bit early. I think Doomsday is probably the last trailer that's going to release before Fire and Ash, which opens on December 21st. But who knows? December 11th. If that's December 11th, what day of the week is that? I got to make sure that whatever days are rumored.
It's next Thursday.
Oh, shit. Well, sorry, Al Snow. I can't wrestle that day if that's the case.
I agree with you. I think if anything, it'll be the 18th because that's also year to day. That is exactly 1 year out. So I think doing the 1 year from now, come see this movie. I think you've saved that moment for the 18th for the actual day.
Yeah, it works for Hunger Games. We're like 1 year.
Plus, it's that's the night that Avatar screenings start. That's the Thursday that the movie would start actually playing. So I can see them keeping the trailer under lock and key and then having it screened later that day.
Did you guys see that the Avengers Infinity War trailer is more than 8 years old now?
Wow.
I feel like peak MCU and the MCU to us is what Star Wars was to our parents now.
You're not wrong.
I don't know. I think Star Wars, it's still Star Wars.
Well, yeah, no, I know. I just in terms of just having this thing that I don't know. Marvel to me is the thing that just it's the biggest movie moment of my life. I think Avengers Endgame is the biggest movie moment of our lifetimes. And for I think in the late 70s and early 80s, Star Wars was that thing. And now that was 7 and 8 years ago.
I also have to say one other bit because the chat's talking about this with like the Doomsday trailer theories. So the Fantastic Four account is still posting the "we have dinner every night at the same exact time" clip, even though it's not even in the movie, which is baffling to me. Every single Sunday, they automatically post this clip, and people have wondered, are they going to post it 1 week in the next couple weeks in the lead up to Doomsday, and suddenly the dinner gets interrupted by a transmission from Doom? I would not be surprised if they do that, and then that is our first inkling of like, okay, the trailer's coming that particular week.
They've done a good job specifically with Fantastic Four with taking creative swings in the marketing. I don't know if it worked in terms of reach, but in terms of the fans engaging with it, we had a really good time with it. It gave us a lot of things to theorize, discuss, and just enjoy in watching that before Fantastic Four First Steps hit theaters. So I think that is not outside the realm of possibilities at all. And it would be really, really clever if they did do something like that, because those of us who have been paying attention, and I stopped paying attention to that, honestly.
I still have the account on alerts, and so every single Sunday I get the notification, and I'm like, one day this is going to pay off, and Doom will inexplicably be in the middle of this clip. Because one time they did that, and they started showing new footage for like before the second trailer. So I wouldn't put it past them to do that again for Doomsday.
Hey, if they do an 8-hour live stream, I'll be there the whole time, everybody. Let's do it. Let's ride.
Me too.
Let's ride. I will be parked somewhere. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But all right. We got to wrap this up. I got to go to the airport. Avatar Fire and Ash. I saw the movie. This is completely spoiler free. I am one of those people who was like, do I need another Avatar movie? And I thought that twice already. And then I watched them and I was like, damn, that was pretty sick. So I'll say I think these movies are really just worth watching if you watch them in the most premium format available to you on an awesome screen and in 3D if you can. I watched this in 3D. I've watched the last one in 3D. In fact, the only one I haven't seen in 3D is the first Avatar. But yeah, this one made me feel like I cared more about the family and the kids and the characters and all that kind of stuff. There's still characters who I can't even probably tell you their names because there's so many characters. And I think that's a problem in terms of making people memorable, I guess. But it did make me generally care more about the Sully family and the stakes. And that said, it's like I noticed that a lot of this movie visually and just in terms of sequences, like things that are happening, whale hunting, or whatever. I forget the name of those creatures. They're not called whales, but it's whale hunting. And just like sequences with like a certain action scene that happens in this movie. I won't say anything because I don't want to give anything close to a spoiler. But visually, it's like I saw this before. But the execution of it this time around, I thought was better. And the context in which some of these sequences that feel familiar happen makes them better and more meaningful. So I really enjoyed the movie. Like, it's 3+ hours long and I was never bored. And I think that is more a testament to the visuals than the story, even though I do have compliments to the story. I liked the movie quite a bit. I really did. It's not amazing. I'm probably never going to watch it at home. I would never, I don't like it enough to watch it at home. Maybe when it comes out, I'll watch it at home out of curiosity to see what it looks like in the best available format at home. But these aren't, moments. Also, I'm gonna say this real quick. This movie's horny as hell.
I saw a reaction or two about that, and like hearing you say that, it now has me more intrigued.
Yeah,
Jamie is also intrigued.
That was the first thing you said that interested me.
I wish you would see it just so we could talk about some of those things, because there are some stuff that happens in this movie that some of it is just hilarious. And I don't know if it's intentionally hilarious or not, but like there was times where they were definitely trying to be funny. But there was some stuff that happened that I was like, hold on a second, what are these Navi doing now? What's going on here? But it also has some very serious, like heavy stuff to it that I didn't expect it to in a movie that cost this much money. That felt like a studio would see it as a risk to put in a movie. I don't know. I liked the movie. It's not my favorite movie ever, and I feel like when you say that, you then go into defense mode to still say, no, I swear I liked it. But yeah, it's a good movie. I don't think it's amazing, but I thought it was good. I liked it. I don't know if I could score it. I think reviews are out, but I got to think about that more. And if we do a review or something, then we'll share. I don't know. But Avatar Fire and Ash is good. Maybe my favorite of the three. It takes just so many things that Way of Water did, and therefore it feels familiar, but finds a way to make them have newish elements to them and feel like they are delivered better, in my opinion. And the Fire and Ash people are great. They're scary, bro. There's some scary. They're freaky. They're freaky. So, yeah, that's it. I just wanted to talk about it. So James Cameron, Director Debrief, is going to be on the channel soon. That's a fun one.
I want to say I'm I'm not an Avatar fan, but I love everything else James Cameron has done, and like this is awesome that he's on the channel. Like that's amazing.
It's pretty surreal. It's pretty cool. And then Stephen Lang and Una Chaplin, and Una Chaplin plays Varang, the leader of the Fire and Ash people, and those two characters have quite a journey in this movie. Yeah, it's good. I think people will like it. I think people will like it. If they like Avatar. It also really, really expands the Avatar Pandora lore more than I thought we'd really ever see, to be honest with you. But we'll see. We'll see if James Cameron cooks more. This could be the last Avatar movie, and you'd be like, if you're an Avatar freak, like not like a diehard fan, the freaks are in this movie. But if you're like an Avatar hardcore fan, then I think you'll be satisfied with what you get here and still like, oh yeah, I could see more here. Maybe the diehards would be like, oh, that was an Easter egg that I didn't notice. But yeah, no, it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. 3+ hours is a long movie though. Big commitment. Never boring. Not even close to boring. Never was I bored and wanted it to end. I really dug it, and visually especially. So that's my circular reaction to Avatar: Fire and Ash.
I watched the first one so many times when it was in theaters just for like, oh my gosh, it's in IMAX. This is crazy. And I still have not seen the second one. Like I'm going to see it before the third one comes out. The Avatar ride at Disney World was one of the weirdest experiences I've ever been in my entire life.
Which one?
The flying over Pandora.
Flight of Passage?
Yeah, I literally because I knew we were going on it the next day, and I literally looked up a walkthrough of it ahead of time because I had to know like just how nauseous it was going to make us. And it was surreal. It's very beautifully done, but I was like messed up for the entire day afterwards. Like it was crazy.
I love Flight of Passage. That's one of my favorite rides ever. That ride's crazy. You like basically sit on what looks like a sort of motorcycle gimmick.
Yeah.
And it like moves between your legs as if it's breathing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a crazy. Not one for anybody with like motion sensitivity.
I don't like the sensation of falling. And so I knew like the drops in that would drive me crazy, especially as I'm kind of still stationary. So I powered through it. Like you look in the corner of the screen if you don't want to get like motion sickness. That was a trick I learned online and it helped me get through it. But when I appreciated it, it looked beautiful.
So you're more of a Navi River rider.
Oh no, that was fun, but like, again, I liked Flight of Passage. I just don't know if I would go on it again because it was just insane.
That's fair. Do you like Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout?
So I still haven't been on that one because again, I don't like falling. So
I
love them, but I don't want to like. I would rather go on Cosmic Rewind like 100 more times.
Cosmic Rewind's a fun one. All right, y'all. Well, I think that is our show for today. Jamie, any last words for this December 3rd edition of Phase Hero?
Yes, I have two things I want to say. First, this is just a PSA because I saw multiple people saying it in the chat, but I didn't want to call it out at the time because I didn't want to call out an individual. But I've been seeing this a lot on the internet, and I want people to know that casted is not a word. It has never been a word. Cast, you just say casts. They have been cast in the role.
Did I say casted?
No, you did not. But it's becoming up. I literally told Tony this yesterday. He goes, "That can't be true. People can't be saying that." I'm like, "No, it's a word people have."
I'm envious of Tony living in the ignorant bliss of knowing that no one does that. Oh my god!
Yes. I just a little PSA. I'm not trying to be a grammar biatch. It is a pet peeve. So that's all. Also, yes, thank you for bringing it up, but I'm going to say it one more time. Brett Dalton is on Love in the Time of Hydra on Sunday. Follow at LitoPod on Instagram and Threads and Blue Sky. We give all the information there, but we're subscribe on YouTube, all the podcast platforms, all that business. But you should join live Sunday at 1 because then you can ask Brett questions and he'll answer them, I'm sure.
There you go. Looking forward to that. Jenna, what you got?
It's at Hey It's Jenna Lynn on social media. As always, go read some comics and go subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is at Go Read Some Comics. As I mentioned, I just posted a video about ScarJo that I miraculously was able to get finished before we started recording this. Canceled all my plans for the evening outside of it just to make sure that got done. And then I have another video that I've been editing all day that will hopefully get posted tomorrow. And just beyond that, you should be subscribed to the channel.
There you go. All right, y'all. In the vein of Go Read Some Comics, not only should you subscribe to Jenna's channel, you should go read some comics. I want to shout out Chris Killian, who has been working really hard on a comic book, and I'm really happy for him. He published I Saw Santa. It is a book from Image Comics set in the Spawn universe. He's worked with Todd McFarlane on it. He's co-written it with people really close to him. He's got incredible art. There's a Greg Capullo variant cover, and it is really, really cool art. And it's a very, very dark book. I mean, it's very violent. It's Chris Killian has a crazy mind, I'll say that. And he has put out quite a wild book. And there is one issue available now. It came out already, so hopefully your local comic shop has it. If not, it's only available secondhand. So he recommended eBay when I asked him if people want to find it. And issue 2 will come out. I think it's a month after issue 1 did. So I think a couple weeks from now, right before Christmas, you'll get the second issue of I Saw Santa. And it's good stuff. You guys go support your local comic shop, and I want to shout Chris out. And thank you guys so much. Thank you, as was said earlier in the show, for sharing your Spotify Wrapped, your YouTube, whatever that's called on YouTube. I don't know what the equivalent of.
I think it is also YouTube Wrapped or
YouTube
something
Wrapped.
like that.
Real original YouTube. Way to go, Google. You guys couldn't afford somebody who come up with a better original. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tagging us in that and sharing those screenshots and listening to us in the first place to make those exist. Please continue to hang out with us, play our show for your dad, play it for your cat. We got a whole onslaught of really exciting interviews I'm excited to share coming up. And that is our show for today. Have yourself a wonderful weekend, everybody. See you on the next one.